all of us are at different levels. Some are more advanced in terms of their understanding of wellness and energy medicine. Some are just beginners. So it does not matter. You just use this book according to how much information you can absorb at this point in time. So you just increase gradually and learn as much as you possibly would want to learn. Okay. Yeah. So even for the talk today, I will share what I think is interesting and good for you to know. So you may have to re-watch the video time and time again and learn, pick up different things. Yeah. So don't worry if you cannot follow and understand every single thing. So now there are two apps. One is a red app and the other one is the blue app. So this book is only for the use of the red app. So the red app is for your bioenergetic field. The blue app is for your bioinformation field. Okay, so therefore, this app here is for our bioenergy field. So here, the first page, I lay down all the programs. Now, this list here is only valid as of now because new programs are being added all the time. Okay, so so I follow alphabetical order in English because the Chinese one, I do not know how to arrange it. Okay, yeah. So this part here is to give you some background of how your information field can affect you. Now, the most important page that you should read before you start using is this part here. Always know what are the things that you should not or cannot do for your safety. Okay, so as I mentioned just now, this is about wearing strap. Okay, microcurrent, wearing strap. Those will have pacemaker, defibrillator, which is for the heart, or any other metallic objects like titanium screws in your hip, in your knee, in your teeth, and all that. Okay. Then if you have an open wound that is still bleeding, so do not use frequency, especially circulation program, while it is still bleeding. Okay. Or the area where radiation therapy is being used, that particular area is sensitive. So while having a fever, you may want to take note, whether it's suitable or not to use it while having a fever. I would say if it's a mild fever, you can use low dosage or amount of microcurrent, but I think it would be best to use the coil so that it will be less direct. So new scar tissue, so don't use immediately after a surgery. So wait until the wound has more or less dried up. While having a seizure or epilepsy, don't ever wear the strap while the person is having fits. Okay, so pregnancy, especially the first semester, it's sensitive. So therefore, avoid using this at this point in time. But you can use the blue app or the coil, so that it's less direct. Now, where to place the electrodes, the bands, and here, if you have the coil, never place it over your eyes, okay, or your mouth, okay, the neck, this part, the sides here, okay, because you have blood vessels here that leads to the brain, broken skin directly in front of your heart or behind where the position of the heart is. So these are areas that are more sensitive, so avoid that. If you are on long-term medication, please monitor all your indicators, because at the beginning, there might be some slight changes. So you have to see whether the changes is within a manageable level or it's beyond the level. Now, at the beginning, for some of us, we may actually feel discomfort. This is called a healing crisis or a detoxification or emotional discharging period. So you may feel any of these: diarrhea, sore throat, pain, nausea, dizzy, all these things. Yeah. So depending on how you feel, if it's really, really uncomfortable, you may want to stop or reduce the frequency of your usage while you're having the healing process. But if it is bearable, you're okay with it, then you can continue. Okay. Now, how do you know whether it is a healing crisis or it is an actual issue? If it's a healing crisis, it will disappear after a week or so. Sometimes just 1 day, sometimes just 3 days. Yeah, it will go away on its own. But if it persists and you don't feel well, then it's time to see a doctor to get a proper diagnosis. Yeah. So here, 4 ways to use. The first way, most common way, is to use the wristband. Now, I've heard of people who told me that I've never ever put on the wristband. I always use it with a coil because they find that it's convenient with the coil. But I must say that if you have a health issue, that you want to correct, the best way is still to use the wristband and strap, unless you belong to the category of having pacemakers and metals in the body. Okay, so if you're using the strap, okay, maximum 3 to 4 hours, and the current strength should not exceed 65% on high current. Okay, so now some people will think that, hey, the higher the current, the better and the faster I will heal. This is not the case. Yeah, more does not mean better. It is actually good to just have enough or just nice. Yeah. So if you increase, if your body is in a good state, you'll find that at 20 or 30, you will more or less starts to feel the tingling sensation in your hand again. But if you have a lot of blockages in the body, you will find that even if you increase to 65% on high current, certain people, they might not even feel anything yet. So, so it's okay, even if you don't feel anything, all right? Because as you start to use it, after a while, you'll find that you become more and more sensitive. You know, sometimes as you run on 65, halfway, after 10 minutes, you'll find that, oh, you start to feel mild sensation because the blockage is cleared, and then, you know, you start to feel more of it. So the thing is, be patient, because if it takes 10 years or 15 years for you to get a certain condition, it takes equal amount of time to actually recover fully at a much deeper level. Okay, so therefore, please be patient. Now, the other thing is the application of water. So what I use is I will take a piece of wet tissue, cut it into small pieces like this, that is good enough just for half the wristband here. Okay, I will wet it and then I will place it before I place my wristband. I tried different things. I tried cotton pad, I tried this, I tried tissue paper, I tried cloth. So I find that this thickness and this texture and the amount of water it can absorb so far is the best. Yeah, I have also tried just wetting my hands and then pat the water here and use it, but it dries up too quickly. Okay, so why do we need water? Water is to allow the current to flow into the body more easily. So if you have a wet skin, then you'll find that you do not need such a high percentage for you to experience the tingling sensation. Okay, now the next method is the coil. When you click on the percentage, it is to show you the coverage, because now when you have the coil, the frequencies is coming out from this device, maximum about 50 cm, so enough for an individual when you wear it. So where to place this? We place this near to where we want. So let's say if it's the eye, then you put here on top, so it will cover within 50 cm. Let's say if you're running an intestinal program, then you should actually clip it where? You should clip it somewhere around the waist here, right? When it's closer to your intestinal area. Okay, so that gives us an idea, but avoid putting this near to where you have the metals implanted. Okay, your heart, your eyes, avoid all these sensitive areas. So how long can you use with a coil? Unlimited. So you can use with the strap for a few hours, and then after that, supplement it with the coil. Now the coil, you can only use it if there is this word IMF at the top right-hand corner of the icon. Okay, so other programs, you cannot use the coil. Okay, by other program, it means those with the word local, acute in the name. And then there is no IMF that is stated here, like this one. So like learning acute, and then the IMF does not show here. So this means that you cannot use the coil for this type of program. Okay, now, so this is the gel electrodes where you can paste it in between the areas where you have pain. Yeah, so this is, we call it local. Local means at a certain position, a certain area. If you use system, that means it is for your whole body. When it is local, it means that small defined area where you want the stimulation to take place. So that is localized. Okay, now ear clip, you will use it only for discomfort in the head. Okay, when there's discomfort in the head, you will use the ear clip, right? If you do not like to use the ear clip, you can replace it with the gel pad. You paste it behind the ears. Okay. So when you use the ear clip or anything that is for the head, do not use higher than 30% if you are sensitive. So don't straight away put 65%. You run one program first using no more than 30%. Okay, then after that, you see whether or not you feel dizzy and or headache. Okay, if you don't have, that means you are not that sensitive. So you can increase a little bit more if you want to. But personally, I think that 30% is enough. Yeah, you can run the program with a short break and then run it again if necessary. Okay, now how to select the programs? There are so many programs. If you buy the professional edition, you have at least 200 programs to choose from. So the way that is recommended by the company is actually to use module by module. So what is a module? Goal cycle is one module, goal cycle. So inside that module, there are 7 programs: pure being, relax, release, energy, care, balance, 7 programs. Okay, so you can use all of this program within that module. After you finish this, you move on to the next module. So you can do that. Now, each module has a certain theme and focus. Yeah, so if you want, I would say foundation, good foundation in health, I've listed here some of the generic ones that is good for your entire body. Okay, goal cycle, deep cycle, meridian. Meridian is to unblock your meridians and to allow the chi or the bioenergy to circulate. Okay, now bioenergetic harmony is to raise the energy of the organs, to improve the function of the organs directly. Bioenergetic vitalization is anti-aging. It helps in recovery by growing new cells. That means replacing some of your old damaged cells with new cells. Okay, and then energetic support is to give energy to your cells. Okay, because some of the cells are so tired and worn out that they have no more energy, very low. So it's like a blackout, you know, not your house, the switch box trip already. So totally in darkness, you know. So what we do is when we use the energy support, we go and switch back on and then let the light come on again, and then the cell can work. So these are the generic ones where you can use daily if you want to, okay, if you have nothing specific in mind. Now, the other way is when there is a health issue and you want to address that particular health issue, so you will use the Heal Advisor search. Okay, so you go to this app that we call the Rainbow or the Heal Advisor app, and then at the bottom there is this what do you call this? Search. Okay, keyword search. Yeah, so you type in whatever keywords that you want: eyes, liver, diabetes, stroke, etc. And then it will come up a list. You can just open and pick any of the list. It's still work in progress. Yeah, so some of them you'll see program 1, program 3, program 21, and all that, because these are still work in progress. So they will complete it in due time. But it doesn't matter, you just click on any one, then it will give you a suggested list of all the programs that is related to the issue of eyes. Okay, so based on this list over here, then you will go to your red app and select whichever one that you want to use. Is that okay? Yeah, so that is how. Then if there are 10 that is listed here, then you can, you know, prepare a schedule and then use it over that week. Okay, all right. Now, if not, you can use the blue app. All right, go and scan using all Healy program. All Healy program, depending on which edition you buy. Some all Healy program is 26, 27, or 28. Yeah, so so when you do this analysis, it will recommend the top 5 modules for you. So using this top 5, you do another scan of each of these 5, and then it will give you about a list of 20 to 25 programs. Okay, so based on these 20, 25 programs, you can vibrate each one of them. No need to question so much, just vibrate each one of them over the next 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Okay, like you can scan 1 month and then vibrate all the programs over that month. Okay, then you will see the kind of improvement. Now, the last method, of course, is to just use your intuition. Okay, on that morning, which one you feel like using, then you just use that. Okay, now I would like to bring your attention to the importance of drinking water. There are 2 types of water. One type of water is called free water, and the other type of water is called bound. Free or bound. Okay, free or bound. So bound water means if this is your protein. So what happens is the water surrounds your protein. This is called bound water. It cannot move one. The free water are those that are free to move. So the free water is the one that we need for the current to move through the cells, okay, through the body. Body is dried up, you don't have a lot of free water for current to move and penetrate and circulate through your body, then your cells may not get the goodness out of it. Okay, now sometimes there are people who use and then they feel so thirsty. So that happens to me. You know, the body feels like a desert. You know, I wake up in the middle of the night, go and drink water because I feel so dry. Because why? The water is also being broken up, especially water that holds some of old memory, because information is also stored in the water. So these are all the emotional, negative emotions, etc., that is stored in the body. So it will break up the water and you'll find that your body becomes dry. So drink, okay? Drink enough water. So a good practice will be 30 minutes before you start using a program, you drink water, and then after you finish the program, continue to drink another cup of water. Okay, so that is to keep the body hydrated. So if you have a Healy, it will be even better to use the water activation program. Okay, and then to put in good messages into the water before you drink it. All right, so read this part, what to do. If there is too much, at the start, you're so enthusiastic, you use so many different programs. If there's too much of it, okay, go and bathe, have water to remove. The other one is to walk barefoot on the ground, okay, at the beach and all that, sea water. Yeah, so you can do that to let the current actually flow out of the body if you have too much. Now, there are people who also ask me, can I stop the program halfway? Okay, or can I use the program or the same program every day? Do I get too much of it? Okay, now this is to show you what's happening. So whenever you use a program, you run it, there are 3 stages. Okay, after this, maybe you can watch the screen and you can see the 3 stages. Yeah, the first stage is individualization. So let's say within one program, let's say there are 100 different frequencies over there. You are not going to receive all the 100 frequencies. So what happens is the first stage, you see that the number will change. 524, 178, 139, 52, 30, and all that. It will change every 10 seconds. So what happens is the Healy device, okay, will send the frequency to your body and wait for the response back to Healy. So it goes into the body, come out to Healy, into the body, come out to Healy. So it will be getting the response from your body. So out of the 100, it will start to do ranking. Which are the ones that you are short of or lacking? So it will arrange, and then after that, if this is 52 minutes, so they will try to give you, right, the frequencies that you lack in this order so that you can then boost it up. So the second stage is maybe out of 100 is selected, today we can give you 50. So they will give you that 50. The second stage is to go one by one down the list to top up for you. So you always see that the number will top up from negative 100 to show you your lack. And then after that, it becomes minus 80, minus 30, positive 20, and then positive 70. And then you see positive 99. Then after that, no more. The frequency will not appear anymore. So each and every frequency will be topped up to 100%. Okay, so this answers the question, can I use it every day? Even if you use the same program every day, you will find that the same program may not give you the same numbers every time you use it. So it may be different. So this tells you what? That it follows the need for your body. If you don't need it, it will not appear. Yeah. Okay. So you are not forcing frequencies into your body when it doesn't need it. Yeah, so it may show here 52 minutes at the beginning. For some of us, after 48 minutes, you find that the program stopped already. So this is what happens to one of my clients. She called me after 2 weeks. I think something is wrong with my Healy. I use because now last time it used to be like 15 minutes. Now 30 minutes is sing song already, happy and ready. So yeah. So I asked her how she used it. She said, oh, I use the heart program every single day. And I said, okay, now I know why. Okay, because if you use it every single day, there's this many frequency, 100 frequency. If you keep topping up every day, you maybe need 20 or 30 after 2 weeks. So when they finish with the 20 or 30, they will stop reading. So it will not force feed. There's no force feeding and make your body absorb or take up things that you do not need, frequencies that you do not need. Okay, so there won't be any overload. That is the AI, the artificial intelligence of this device. Then the third stage is after it put in all the information, this is where it reinforces, it will activate the cell by dialing them one by one. Okay, this is yours, this is yours, this is yours, do the delivery and get them to start working. So it does not just focus on one area. Let's say if you do pure, it will be communicating with your lungs, with your brain, with your kidney, with your liver. So these few important detox organs will be working together hand in hand. Let's say if you work on the eyes, it will be for what? It will be talking to your brain, you will be talking to your nerve, you will be talking to different parts of your eyes and all that. So they will all be working together. Okay, so this is to ensure the effectiveness of the program. Okay, so this is like what? Like if you drive a car, okay, you will use the petrol level will drop up to a level, you go to the gas station, and after that you ask them to pump, fill up to the brim, top up to 100%. Now, if you drive off before they put the cap there, you will find what the petrol will spill out, right? So the last stage is important. You cap it so that your petrol that you have just pumped in will not spill out. So that is the reason why it would be good to complete all three stages when you are running the programs. Okay, so this one you can read and refer to yourself the meaning of each and everything that appear on your screen. To teach us how to turn off the Bluetooth after you have downloaded the program. Let's say you have downloaded, you have set everything according to your desired. You can click on this icon, the battery icon at the top corner over here. It will show you the battery level, so you can check whether you need to charge up your Healy. Now, the other indicator here is the Bluetooth of the Healy. This is not the Bluetooth of your phone. This is the Bluetooth of your Healy. So after you have downloaded, started and run, so you can actually turn off this switch, slide it there, and you can then switch off your Bluetooth. After you switch off the Bluetooth, the app is closed. So your Healy does not need your phone anymore. So you can use your phone for other purpose. You can walk away from the phone and then the connection will not drop off. If you do not turn off the Bluetooth of Healy, Healy will keep trying to communicate with your phone. So if you walk too far away from your phone, then the connection will drop off and you find that your program may be disrupted. So to avoid this kind of disruption, this is what you do. Okay, turn off. Okay, now these are all the other good practice, okay, because I get quite a lot of inquiry about connection. How come cannot connect? How come connect? Okay, so a lot of us don't have the habit of exiting from the app after we use it. You know, I've solved some problems for some individuals, and then when I see the app that's open, you know, for the last 2-3 years, they never swipe it out, and there's so many apps that are open. So all these will drain your battery and it will slow down all these connection problems. So I always remember to close all the app. That means you swipe after you use. When you close, it disappears from the screen, but it doesn't mean that you have exited. So you need to swipe, close everything. Now, a good practice is after you have finished using the Healy for the day, let's say you run a few programs and you don't need anymore, I will always do this. I will always do the long press. Okay, press 20 seconds until the yellow light appear. So when the yellow light appear, non-blinking, I'll let go and then it will shut down. Okay, it will shut down so that the next time when you try to connect, you won't have any issues. Okay. For new user, you have to switch to high current for adults. And sometimes if you want to use it for a younger child, okay, 2 to 3 years old and all that, you may have to switch back to low current. So this is where you do it in Heal Advisor, and then go to my Healy edition. This is where you have to tick your programs. You tick your programs according to the edition that you have purchased, so that when you do your search and when they recommend the program, they will recommend the programs according to what you have ticked here. Okay, so if you go and tick everything, but you buy a Gold edition, then what happens is it will give you a lot of programs from the Pro, and then when you go and look at your Gold edition, say, hey, how come not there? Okay, so pick the correct one for yourself. Okay, so now the programs proper. So the very first program is the animal program. So you can go to the website Asia Healy Shop to buy all the accessories for your pet, or you can let them use the coil. Beauty is only available in the professional edition. So the lower edition, you have skin. Why is it that sometimes you have duplicate? Because it all depends on which edition that you want, and the company try to give you programs for body, mind, and spirit across all the different editions. Okay. Now, bioenergetic defense, not many people know how to use this. So for some of us, we do analysis and scanning for other people. Okay, and some of the people who we meet could be very sick and low energy. So therefore, it would be good to actually run general protection while you are engaging with other people to protect your energy field. You can also use subtle, okay, subtle over here to protect your energy field. So that's what I wrote here. That let's say you want to go and attend a funeral, go to the hospital to visit people. So use general protection or subtle, run it before you enter into the building. Now, mental is when you are affected by other people. Let's say comments. Some people give some criticisms and then you cannot take it. It plays in your mind over and over again. Okay, you quarrel with spouse, or your children is disobedient and said something that hurts you. So to protect your mental well-being, you run this mental. Okay. Now, sleeping here, if you're affected by, if you're a light sleeper, you are affected by sounds, noise, snoring, children playing, drilling sounds, your neighbors. So you can use sleeping to block off this kind of noises so that you can sleep better. Now, geopathy is talking about the negative energy coming from the earth. The higher you stay, the worse it is amplified. Okay, so the last testimonial session, somebody shared about the chronic headache that he has been having, and the doctor cannot find out or detect what was wrong with the headache. And then he tried using the headache programs, but it only worked while he's using it, and after that the headache came back. Then when he was doing his analysis and scan, bioenergetic defense kept appearing. And that's how it brought to his attention about geopathy. Okay, he is living under a geopathic hotspot where he's exposed to all these geopathic stress. So ever since he used geopathy, his headache has completely disappeared. So he was relieved from that for quite permanently. Okay, so there are also cases of cancer. If you know of anyone with cancer and having relapse of cancer a few times, okay, somebody had nose cancer and it is the fifth time of having cancers. Then you'll be wondering why. Why is the treatment not working? And the doctor found that the treatment is no longer effective for this person after the fifth relapse. And I asked him to look into this aspect of geopathy. And true enough, what happens is where he slept, okay, part of the hot spot is where his face is, and then he talks about the neck and all that. So it was overlapping with him sleeping on top of a geopathic hotspot. So if you, I mentioned here, when you do your scan, if geopathy keep appearing in the results, so take note of it, you could be exposed to geopathic stress. Okay, now some of us may be sensitive to the movements of the planets. So you will find that, okay, sometimes certain times of the month for one week to 2 weeks, suddenly you feel discomfort in areas where you used to have problem, but you thought solved already, and suddenly it came back again for a short while, and then after that it disappeared. So this is because of the planetary. Okay, harmony. This one is quite self-explanatory. This one, you just follow the name, the title, and all that, and then you just use accordingly. So I've given you here examples, a list of examples of what you can use, okay? What you can use to relieve, yeah? So based on this, then you can follow. All right, now, you see, this is not a promise of cure, right? Especially sensitive is when you see the word cancer here, okay? Cancer is multifactorial, okay? So you need to try different programs to see which area of your health and organs and all that you can strengthen in order to naturally let your body fight against it, okay? So it's a lot more complex than just, oh, use one program and that's it. It's not like that. Okay. Then, okay, so all this is self-explanatory. Now, potency, mature women, maybe I explain a little bit. Women, if you see women, is for menstruation issues. That means menstrual cramps, all that. Yeah. But if you see mature women, this is more for menopausal issues. Or it could be younger women, but their menses is no longer regular. So they're actually going through a premenopause or hormonal imbalance. In that case, they can also use mature women where they can put in again and balance up the hormones, the sex hormones. Now, potency is for male hormones. Actually, it's not for male or woman. It's just male hormones. Now, sometimes when you do the analysis and scan, for a male, that day I was scanning a male and then mature women appeared. Okay? Yeah. Or you can do it, you're a lady, and then when you do it, potency come out. Why like that? Now, we all have two sets of hormones. One is the male hormone, the other set is the female hormone. So we all have two. So female have the tendency to have higher estrogen, progesterone, and lower the testosterone. Male is otherwise. Male is more testosterone and a bit less of the estrogen. Okay, so it's a ratio of these two hormones. Now, what is interesting in this male that I scanned the other day, why this person get mature women? He was shocked, he laughed. So when you have too much male hormones, it's good in the sense that it makes you ambitious. It makes you want to chiong, motivated, aggressive sometimes, and then quarrelsome and argumentative. Okay. Now, that is if you have too much of that. If you have too much of the feminine hormone, you will be indecisive, unmotivated, overly reliant and dependent on other people. Okay, so sometimes women, when they get potency, it means that they want to, the Healy wants to make you more decisive, okay, more purposeful, etc. If a man is getting mature women, it could mean you are too aggressive, ambitious, that you may want to rest your body and bring it down and increase your femininity. And true enough, when I did creative homeopathy for this guy, you know what came out? He was in a state of war, W-A-R, come out. His stress pattern, he was in a state of war. So I helped him to see why Healy gives him the mature women, why he needs a bit more feminine hormone in the body, because he is ready to fight. Yeah. So, okay. So now don't worry if you get either the male or the female hormone, you just follow the results of the scan and use it. Okay, now this is the other half, the other half where you can just follow all of this. Yeah. So, so I think this is okay, self-explanatory. Impurities used to be called toxins. Okay, now next one, bioenergetic support. This is the electricity to your cell. Okay, so if your energy is low, that means the battery in the body is also low. So sometimes we are operating at 30% battery, and then we are doing so many things. We are stretching ourselves. Okay, so boost your energy so that your cells get activated and they are more ready to do something. Okay, coherence is body, mind, and soul. Okay, so the coherence is to bring body, mind, and soul into alignment. So sometimes we are pursuing something without the soul, means without the purpose. So we do, but we do not feel a sense of purpose or calling of what we are doing. Okay? If your body is doing it, but your emotions or your mind is somewhere else, that means you're very mechanical in what you're doing. You don't feel. So sometimes parenting, doing all the housework and serving everybody, you just feel like a robot. You feel like you are the servant to everybody else instead of seeing yourself as a mother or nurturing everybody in the home. So sometimes you get burnout, worn out, and you lose your sense of purpose, you lose your sense of joy, you lose, things that used to make you happy, excited. Now everything has become flat. So by doing coherence, bringing your body, mind, spirit back together again in alignment is to help you while you are working, you find meaning in your existence. Okay, in your service, in your purpose, then you feel motivated, you feel empowered. Okay, so you're back to who you want to be. All right, so this is how you can use these two programs. Okay, so coherence can also be used for communication. For example, as I give the talk, I will normally use coherence. While you are sharing Healy with somebody, you can use coherence. Coherence is what? Coherence is to bring your body, mind, and soul together. It's not programming the other person, okay, to believe what you say. It is to reprogram yourself so that what you say with your mouth is coherent with your mind and your heart and your purpose. Okay, so that when you're sharing, it's not at the back of your mind, I want to close a sale, I want to close this person. What should I say? No. Okay, if your purpose is to bring healthiness, happiness to this person, then as you speak, the words that come out will be aligned to your intention, purpose as you speak to the other person. So everything will come out the way it is intended, and the person who listen to you and receive the message or information, receive it the way you intended. Yeah, so sometimes you have good intention, but our choice of words are so limited, vocabulary, wrong words, then the other person think, oh, you want to make profit from me, is it? Like that. So their mind is closed. So it's like, yeah. So they get the wrong message and they feel differently. So when you use coherence, you help the person to cohere, to align together with you as well. Okay, so that the communication becomes more meaningful and more effective. Okay. Okay, vitalization. This is to stimulate the stem cells in our body. There are people who go and take stem cell injections for thousands of dollars. Okay, now here we all have stem cells. As we age, what happened is they fell asleep. Okay, they fell asleep because why? The old cells are not retiring. So old and damaged cells remain and they have to work. This is like working past your retirement age, So at 60, you're supposed to retire, but these cells are working up to 70 years and things like that. They cannot retire because why? There's no replacement coming from behind. So they say, I cannot stop working. Yeah. So that's why we age. So now what we do is we use regeneration 1, 2, 3 to stimulate. So I do not know whether each one is stimulating a different type of cells, okay, or you need all three to prepare the body. So I have no idea of that. So we follow the protocol that we do regeneration 1 for 1 week. We do regeneration 2 for 1 week, regeneration 3 for 1 week. Okay, so it will be 3 weeks of preparation before you use any of the programs below here. Okay, now I often get this question. Do I really have to do 3 weeks of preparation? Can it be shortened? Okay, so it all depends on whether you want the full benefit or whether you are impatient. Okay, we belong to the impatient category. Okay, so I would say it depends very much on your state of health. If you are doing it for elderly parents, then I would recommend really doing the full 3 weeks. 1 week, regeneration 1, 1 week, regeneration 2, 1 week, regeneration 3, because of their advancement in age. Okay, yeah. So if you want to shorten the process, because I understand that, sometimes time is not on our side. 3 weeks could mean life and death for certain people. So what we can do is perhaps increase the number of times. Instead of using it 1 time, maybe 2 times or 3 times a day. Okay, and then shorten the 1 week to perhaps running for 2 to 3 days like this. Okay, and then finish 1 whole panel or module here, and then another time come back and repeat again. So in that case, we have more stimulation, instead of broadening it, the whole process. So we may want to collapse the timeline if time is not in your favor for certain people. All right, okay. Now then you can pick and choose. If you are specific, you only want to increase your bone density, then you just do the bone. But if you want to do for your whole body, then you can do youth, which is for your whole body. Cell harmony is for your whole body, and then the rest do everything here because it has different purpose in preparing all the different types of cells and the environment. Now you see here pineal gland. Now, why is pineal gland sleep doing in here, vitalization, anti-aging? Okay, sleep is important. So the pineal gland produces a certain type of hormone called the melatonin. And the melatonin will actually help in our sleep, quality of sleep. So we all know that babies sleep for many, many, many hours. Correct or not? So they wake up just to drink and poo, and then after that, they go back to sleep. But sleep is important because during sleep, we shut down and slow down the activity in many of the organs, and they just focus on repair, regeneration, and healing. Okay, right? So therefore, we also work on the sleep as well. Okay, now, if you are using the pineal gland, I need to give you a slight warning because I have used pineal gland not knowing what is the side effect of pineal gland. It can cause you to oversleep. So don't use if the next day you have to go to work. Okay, use it on the day where the next day you don't have any appointments and you don't need to rush to work. Okay, because when I used it, I overslept by 1 hour. So I was 1 hour late for my appointment. Thankfully, the other person is a Healy user. So I shared about pineal gland and the person went to try it. And after that, the person called me and she was laughing and laughing and laughing and laughing. And she told me that she also overslept. And when she woke up, she had quite a shock because it was so bright. It was 7 and she was so used to waking up at 5 in the morning. That day she overslept by 2 hours and woke up at 7. Okay, so what does it feel like to sleep completely? You close your eyes, the next morning is daytime. You just wake up. And then in between, you can't remember a single thing. And when you wake up, you're in a dreamy state. Where am I? So it took a while to look around and register that, okay, I'm in my room, I'm sleeping. Okay, so you really like almost go into like to me, like a coma state like that. So, yeah, so this is very, very deep quality sleep. Now, a lot of us think that we have no problem with sleep issue. Maybe until you try pineal gland, then you can imagine what deep, deep, deep rest is like. Yeah. Okay. Now, the next one is chakra. Chakra is the energy center. Now, a lot of people actually associate the 7 chakras, actually there are more, with spiritual development. These are energy centers. They are the interchange. So they are quite important. So when the energy is blocked at these energy centers, the surrounding tissues around there will be affected. Okay? So you can use this for your health as well. Let's say if you have digestive issue, you may want to run the solar plexus or your sacral around this area for digestive. If you have sleep issue, you will find that your 3rd chakra is also blocked. And then if you have headache, you will find that the crown chakra may be blocked. So they are related. So the chakra is related to your physical health, to your emotions, as well as for your spiritual development. So this list here will give you a lot more details of what you can do with it. So look for some of your symptoms and then search and see which is the chakra that corresponds with your issues. If not, you can use the resonance analysis to actually do the scan to find out which chakra is blocked. Okay, next we come to deep cycle. Deep cycle is similar to gold cycle as is for the whole body. So this is by the different systems in the body. Okay, breath of life is for your respiratory system. Yeah, for breathing. Clean oil is detoxification system, like pure. And then digest oil is for your digestive system. Free flow is for your circulatory system. Kidney male, kidney female is for your kidneys, your bladder, as well as your reproductive system. Okay, pure calm is for your nerves. And then energy here, the positive, negative is the yin and yang energy, right? Then there is another energy here. Okay, very likely it is the similar to the bioenergetic books, yeah, energy for the cells. Okay, now here they mention to start with sensitive. In case you are sensitive to frequency when you first receive it, or to sensitize your body to be more receptive to receiving frequencies if you are totally new to frequencies. Now, the last one to use is go to the roots. Go to the roots, yeah? So go to the roots is emotions, dealing with emotions, because sometimes the physical ailment is actually related to emotional issues that we're dealing with. So they are actually mirroring each other. So if a person has digestive issue, for example, indigestion, it is a reflection of your emotional state. which means that there are life events that you are unable to digest. Okay, so your physical body and your mental body is a mirror of each other. Okay, so in order to solve your body physical digestive issue, you may also need to clear the mental issues as well. So you go to the roots when you are ready to face all these issues. Okay, so sometimes there could be emotional discharge, okay, or sometimes certain things may happen. For example, let me share with you one of my personal experience after using Healy for some time. Okay, because I use a wide range of frequencies, so I do not know which exactly was the one that lead me to have this experience. Okay, I was brushing my teeth, not thinking of anything. It was just an ordinary day. And suddenly, while brushing my teeth, there was a mental picture, like a screen, a movie that you watch, and the characters I know. Okay, my uncle was there, my mom was there, the family friend was there, I was there, and I was about 7 to 8 years old, running around. Okay, so I just watched. It lasted for about 10-15 seconds. So I just watched what's going on. And then I was brushing my teeth and all that. And I was wondering, why does this pop up suddenly into my mind? And this is not an incident that I remember for all my life. I didn't even think about all this all my life. And then suddenly it popped up, that particular scene. And for the rest of the day, I was thinking, what was that all about? So I just asked aloud, what is it that you're trying to tell me? What is that scene all about? Okay. Then progressively, don't know when, suddenly it dawned on me what was the message that it was trying to tell me. Okay. So healing can come sometimes in this way, in this form. Okay, so I do not know whether other people have similar experience, okay, but I do find this to be quite interesting. Okay, now the last one is renewal. Now look at this icon of renewal and look at vitalization icon. Okay, I put this side by side. This is leaf. This is also a leaf. So I was thinking, perhaps if you want a shortcut to renewal or regeneration or similar to revitalization, perhaps this might be our shortcut in Deep Cycle H, the renewal here. Okay, so if let's say you are in a hurry, okay, you don't have time, then you may want to run this renewal. But I have no idea. I'm just saying based on the understanding of the icon that I see here. Okay. Then after that is digital nutrition. A lot of people are skeptical. Do you mean we don't have to eat? I will still enjoy my food. Okay, I will still enjoy my food. Yeah, I will still eat. You have to experience it in order to know. All right. So there are two possibilities. You choose which one you want to believe. One possibility is, okay, we are asked to use this after a meal. So either when you use this, all right, it stimulates the cells to absorb this type of nutrients that the cell needs. Let's say if you use the brain program, it will probably stimulate the brain to actually be more hardworking to pick up all this and take all this into the brain cell. So that's why you see it. So this is one possible hypothesis, okay, of what the frequency is doing. That means it helps and stimulate absorption of nutrients from those that you're taking. Now, the other one is that it has a collection or pool of all these frequencies for each of these nutrients that the brain needs. So when you vibrate this, so the frequency of the nutrients go direct straight into the cells. Okay, so it bypasses the need for digestion and absorption. Okay, now I feel that there are certain groups of people who will truly benefit from this. For example, if your digestion is not that good, you can't digest properly, or even if you can digest, you can't seem to absorb the nutrients. Now, even if you can absorb the nutrients, it goes into the blood, but your circulation is blocked and it cannot bring the circulation, the blood that contains the nutrients to every single cell, okay, in the body. So certain cells are actually starving, although we are enjoying good meal. So for people who have this type of challenges, digital nutrition may be good, or even those who are in coma after surgery, cancer treatment where you are throwing up, okay, and nothing seems to absorb, you don't have appetite and things like that. So this might be a good complement, to help your body get all the necessary nutrients. Okay, so you can do the experiment yourself to see whether this works. And when I use minerals, take note of nails, your fingernails and your toenails, how fast they grow and how frequent you have to trim your nails. So that's how I know that it is working, at least for me. Okay. Now, the rest of the digital nutrition, it will be best to do the bioresonance scan and then shortlist so that you know which one you truly need. It will tell you which combination you truly need for your body that particular day. All right, so you will not have too much or too little of something. People will ask me, wait, is this to increase weight or is this to decrease weight? So in Healy, it's all about achieving balance. Yeah, achieving balance. So if you're overweight, you will bring it down. If you're underweight, you will bring it up. Okay, so that is the balance in weight. Muscle, whether you are doing weightlifting or for elderly who undergo muscle degeneration, muscle dystrophy. So you want to build your muscle bulk again, you can use muscle. If you cannot carry weights, heavy things, no strength, you can use this. Stamina is, for walking, running, and all that. So there are elderly or, after recovery from, let's say, a surgery, accidents, people who are wheelchair bound, doing physiotherapy, you want to strengthen muscles, you can use all this before your physiotherapy or during your training and your physiotherapy and all that. Performance is for competitive sports. Yeah. So this is to actually not only prepare your physical body, but your mind for the kind of stress that you are going to endure. Okay, now these two below here, regeneration and deep relaxation, this is after sports, to help in the recovery. Now, if you have cramps, muscle tightness, okay, your shoulder pain and all that, you can also use deep relaxation. Okay, and now our good old goal cycle. Okay, this is one of the best programs that I will always come back to goal cycle. Okay, we recommend that you start with goal cycle, especially pure. Right, we always start by detoxing the body because that will make our body more receptive, to receive the frequencies. Yeah. So when you listen to me or when you go to YouTube and you listen to different teachers and speakers, you'll find that we all give different advice. And people will come back to me. It's like, which one should I listen to? Why this one say like that? Why that one say like that? Why companies say like that? Why you say like that? Okay. So everyone is correct. So you can follow any of the advice after thinking through. All right. If you want to experiment and try different things, by all means, go ahead. Okay. Why I would say use pure one time a day for 14 days for a beginner or a new user rather than 3 times of pure a day. Okay. Because I do not know what is the state of different people, different bodies. So some of us may have a history of having a lot of toxins in the body. I've had one user where after starting, within 2 or 3 days, started to have pimples. And it's a cystic one, huge one. Not only on the face, but it's at the stomach, abdominal region. So there are big pimples and pus starting to appear in the skin just by doing pure once a day. So can you imagine the itch and then the ugliness, the pain, the discomfort? This one is just doing pure once a day. So if you use pure 3 times a day for certain people, okay, the regions where you have your past injury, okay, there might be discomfort and pain or, itchiness that might reappear. Okay, to what extent, I have no idea because everybody is different. So on the safe side of things, because I tend to be more conservative, so this is what I would recommend. But if you find that one time daily and you're okay, no changes, then you can increase the number of times if you want to. But I normally start with pure and run other programs concurrently at the same time. So I would do 3 programs. So pure and choose 2 others. It can be from Gold Cycle or it can be from any other module, depending on what issue you want to manage or handle at that point in time. Okay, so you can do that. Okay, so you can actually follow this one here. You can go pure being relaxed, okay, for 1 day. And then next day is pure, relax, release. You can do any combination of 3. You can also do this triangle here, pure energy, relax, and then do the other triangle, release, care, and being. Okay, or you can just do 1 program a day, and then you go clockwise or you go anti-clockwise. Okay, entirely up to you. Now, balance is when your body is in a good state, then only you use balance. Okay, so I use pure a lot and I use release. Any discomfort, whether it's phlegm, sore throat, okay, headache, pain anywhere, you can just use release. Even hypertension, all right? Yeah, some told me that they use release for hypertension and it works for them. Okay, now job is for job-related kind of burnout, tiredness, fatigue. Okay, so fatigue, extreme tension. Yeah, okay. So this is for job-related issues. So positive thoughts, balancing the nerves, this is to maintain your calmness and all that. This is usually job-related. For example, you feel a loss of sense of purpose, you go to work. Yeah, you feel maybe there are anger there, you don't get your promotion, so therefore there are certain feelings, okay, towards your job and all that, and this is where you can relieve all this from here. Learning is for students. Not only that, it's also for adults and for elderly. Although the name is learning, is actually for your brain and nerves. Yeah. So you can use any of these. Yeah. For memory. Okay, most of us need memory, and usually not just memory. I use all of this. Yeah. Okay. Now, You see here, you have learning system, learning acute, concentration system, concentration acute, stress system, stress acute, exam system, exam acute. So what is the difference? Why got duplicate like that? Okay. Now, if you see system, it means it's for the whole body. All right. You can use with the strap or you can use with the coil. It doesn't matter. But the acute, when you see acute, means it is urgent and here and now. So let's say you're stressed over something and wow, you feel the palpitation, you feel the panic attack, and then you are feeling a bit depressed or you are panting, because of certain stress, then you use acute. If you want to address the issue here and now, you use acute. Okay, let's say there is an exam tomorrow and I'm memorizing all this data and all that, take an exam tomorrow, then you use concentration acute. If it's normal revising, okay, I'm just doing my homework and all that, then you can use concentration system. You see the difference? Yeah. Okay. Next one, local stimulation. This is for pain. Some version, they call it psyche. So either pain, psyche, and tap on the icon and you will see where they want you to place the electrodes, either the ear electrodes or the gel electrodes. For those that is related to the head, then you will use the ear clip or the gel electrode. If it's for pain along the spine, okay, you can place anywhere close to where your location of the pain is, with exception to the heart. Okay, don't put immediately behind the region of the heart. Okay, one program is about 20 to 30 minutes. So you can use multiple times if there is a need to, and then you can use any time of the day. Okay, mental balance. This is for our emotions, to manage our emotions. It could be before an interview, before taking a test, before closing a deal, before doing a presentation. Yeah, so you need inner strength, things like that. Huh? So when you are complaining about certain things, about the job, about the family, about this and that, so contentment. Yeah, so you can pick and choose, you can try. Sometimes I may use certain programs here and then there is no difference. If after you use a program, there's no difference, that means the frequency there and yours is not what you need. So you try another one and see which one will help you. So the one, if that is good for you or what you need, you can feel the difference after about 10 minutes. Yeah, that is for myself. After 10 minutes, yeah, I will know that, the whole mind just calmed down. Okay, now next come my favorite, meridian system. Okay, the meridians are actually very useful. I can talk 1 whole hour or 1.5 hours just about meridian. Okay, so but I will not give you too much information here right now because you're already getting information overload. Huh? Okay, so here the meridian is mirrored in your emotions. Okay, and when the meridian is blocked, it can actually affect all the indicators will come to you in other organs or other tissues. So if you have blood-related issues, let's say cholesterol, diabetes, high blood glucose, blood pressure issues, and all that, you can actually come back to which meridian? Liver, gallbladder. If you have eye-related issue, glaucoma, macular degeneration, floaters, all that, it might be good to actually run. Besides using bioenergetic harmony for eyes, you may want to do meridian with liver and gallbladder. Okay, now, sometimes you have anger, depression, it could be because of blockage in the liver and gallbladder. So when they are blocked, cause you to express all this emotional instability. Okay, no? Yeah. So to resolve this may not be taking antidepressants, but unblocking the liver and gallbladder meridian may actually help to relieve the depression. Okay, yeah. So the body is actually interconnected. No, if I speak to you through your eyes, you don't understand. Then I speak to you through your emotions, you still don't understand. Then I'm going to talk to you another way, give you aches and pain. Can you listen to me or not? Yeah. So we need to learn to listen to the body. So if I talk to you this one, you don't get it. I talk to you another way, you don't get it. So they will all come together and then shout at us, until we cannot tahan anymore, then we go and find solution. Okay, so don't look at a symptom. What I'm trying to tell here is don't look at a symptom and just go after the symptom. Go to the root. And the root of the problem usually comes from the meridians. Yeah. So go and clear the meridian system. So I've given you pictures to show you the meridian pathway. If there are brown dots, black dots, red dots on your body, these dots usually appear along certain meridians in the body. And the bigger the dots, the more the blockage has taken place in that particular area. So you can follow the dots, you can follow the aches and pain and discomfort and whatever issues that you have to the meridian, where the meridian is located. Okay, yeah. So like all this, lung meridian. So person, this is the large intestine meridian. So if you have a tennis elbow, it could be because your large intestine meridian is actually blocked. Yeah. So go and follow, trace and track your discomfort. Let's say a person have pimples, you follow the pimples, then you will know which meridian is blocked. Yeah. So this is very interesting. I'm tempted to talk a lot about this, but I cannot. So that has to be another session. Okay. So the meridians are all here, so you can read the information. So I try to put symptoms that are located here to help you to connect to the meridians more easily. Okay, now certain meridians' Chinese name has been changed. For example, nerve meridian is actually the renmai. Organ meridian is the dumai Chinese. Yeah. So the hormonal meridian here, I suspect this is the triple heater or the triple warmer, San Jiao Jing. Circulation, there is a heart and there is a circulation. So I suspect the circulation here is actually your pericardium, the Xin Bao Jing. Yeah. Okay, natural cycle. I'm currently doing natural cycle. I didn't give you very much natural cycle information because at the time of print, I haven't gone through it. So this is the first time I'm running the natural cycle. So when do you need natural cycle? How do you know whether I need natural cycle or not? We all have the wrong sleep pattern already. Okay, so what happens is if you are sleeping past 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, then you sleep. And in the morning, if you don't wake up, if you don't follow the sunrise, sunset, that means when the sunrise, 5 o'clock, you don't wake up naturally, but you wake up at 7, 8, 9 o'clock. That means we are out of sync with our natural environment. Okay, so, and then our big business, our poo-poo, is done anytime when you feel the urge, then you go and do. No urge, don't do. Then some people, 1 week only do 2 or 3 times. So this is all sign that you are out of sync with the daily cycle, okay, and with the solar and even the planetary cycle. Okay, so whenever these things are out of sync, then it will follow with all these kind of physical issues. So it will be good to do the sync with the natural cycle. So this natural cycle, the daily cycle, is actually following the meridian timing. 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours. So there are 12 main meridian. Each one is active during 2 hours. So you have to run the program on that actual time. So to do the natural cycle, you have to commit to about 7 weeks. Okay. And there are only 4 times a year that you can actually run and start this program. You cannot do it anytime you want, because you want to sync back with the natural cycle. You have to follow the timing of the earth. And what is the timing of the earth? Which are the 4 periods of time that you can actually do? So there are 4 times in a year that you can do. It follows the natural cycle. Okay, so we are now at the spring cycle. So we actually start, I think, on the 21st, usually around this date, 21st, 22nd, or 23rd of March. And then this is, I just started this. So you start here, you end on the 6th of May. Then over here, this is the equinox, spring equinox. Okay, after the spring equinox comes the summer solstice. Okay, summer solstice. So this is in the June. Either 21st to 23rd, somewhere here. Then after that is the autumn equinox. So this will be in September, 23rd, somewhere around here. And then comes the winter solstice. This is okay. So usually 22nd is around. So there is a specific time to start, which they call it the trigger date. The trigger date is the start date. Okay, you must always start. So everybody will start at one particular date. Okay, and then it is about 7 weeks. So every week you will do 2 times. So this cycle, right now we are here, we do Tuesday and we do Friday. So I do not know whether every time it will be a Tuesday and a Friday, but it will definitely be twice a week. So twice a week for 7 weeks means you have a total of 14 sessions. So I will try to complete the 12 meridians, each one. You can pick and choose which meridian that you want to activate and align. So you can pick that. So the 14 sessions give us enough time to complete 12 meridians and then pick another 2 more. So once a day, only 1 program a day. Okay, yeah. So you follow the schedule and pick which program you can commit and do it for that particular day. Okay, it is not as difficult as it seems. Okay, it's quite doable once we start to do it. So you can do twice a year. So let's say I've done the spring. Next time I can either do winter or I can do autumn. Yeah, so it's quite good. Okay, so there are pictures here that you can refer to and read. So these are all the meridians, and it's telling you what you are aligning. Okay, so you will do the activation program, which is the meridian for 18 minutes. And then after you finish that, you will do stabilization program. Okay, yeah. So the app, the Heal Advisor app, there is a natural cycle module there. So unless you subscribe, the natural cycle module will be locked. But once you subscribe, it will open and it will show you the schedule, the actual schedule of how to do everything. Okay, so all the procedures are there. according to Dr. Michael, what are all the steps? It would be good to actually watch the video once through completely to get an idea what kind of commitment is required from you, and then to be mentally prepared what you need to do. Okay, so the power of 3, okay, last 2. Okay, now the power of 3 here means that it comes in groups of 3. The first group of 3 is this one, the universal. This is the universal frequency here. Okay, different version will have different name. They either call it the right physical or the classical physical for some, depending on when you buy the app. Okay, so the other one is right energetic or classical energetic and the Zephyr protocol. These 3 is one group. And then the digital Ayurveda, Kapha, Pitta, Vata, this is one group. And then the last group is the conflict, balance, defense, support, and friendly flora. These 3 is one group. The latest addition is added is this rebalance. So now making this a group of 4. Okay, so each group, you can do each group by group over 3 weeks. So it is a 9-week commitment when you want to do it. Now, this information that I give you here is slightly outdated because recently when Dr. Michael Chan gave the talk again, they did some slight modification to this. Okay, so I will make the corrections and then I will send to you the corrected copy so that you can print it out and then slot it into your guide. Okay, so this is the old information that was given to us. Okay, so now you have to do them group by group 3 times a week, 3 times a day. It's still Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and they ask you to do like 1 time a day. Now we were asked to do 3 times a day. All right, so when you do it 3 times a day, it means that you will see the effect. Severe stress, meaning that if you can't get yourself out of a severe event in life, for example, recovery from accidents, vaccination, assault, divorce, sudden loss, grief, retrenchment, business failure, bankruptcy, and things like that. Okay, so the person is really going through a very traumatic experience and you have to find your balance and, be functional again. So this 4 is good. Conflict balance, defense support, friendly flora, rebalance. So they have a way to show you how to use it. Okay, conflict balance, morning, then evening, rebalance. It used to be like that. But now we were told to use conflict balance and rebalance together 3 times a day. Morning, afternoon, evening, 3 times a day. Okay, so try that, or maybe I want to just share my experience and the experience of some people. How does using this program and frequency get you out of a situation? Now, when we're supposed to use for 3 weeks. So when I use this for the first week, pain, I experience pain. I experience pain here, right, between the shoulder blade where the position of the heart is. And that is also where the heart chakra is. So the pain, the emotional pain get pushed out, discharge. So you feel the pain for a few days and the pain seems to move, it moves up. And then my whole neck and shoulder feels so painful. And then after that, it moves to on the back of my hand here, it moves down. Then this whole part was painful. Then after that, this part was okay, very fast. And then the rest of the pain was at the thumb. So it seems to be leaving the body and coming out that. So some people, the pain is released from the heart chakra, move up to the shoulder, and then it comes out to the right hand of the arm. Okay, so this is my experience. This is also the experience of my sister. For certain people, I realized that it's actually the feet. So from the heart chakra, so it's actually moving down the feet. So people feel pain along the leg. So you may have either one of these experience. So that was the first week. The second and the third week was good. Second and the third week, it was mental clarity. Purpose, motivation, direction. It's like all of a sudden, you know what you want to do next. You know, you feel very motivated to plan and then to do something. So that is very enlightening. That was very good. So now I see how it actually helped the person get out of the traumatic experience. Is to first get the pain out of the body, and then it works on your mental clarity, ability, to plan the next step, and then to feel motivated to do something about it, to feel empowered, to feel more confident that you can actually cope with the trauma that you went through. So that was really good. Now, skin, you can see from the picture here, all right, there are many kinds for skin. Energy, this is for your radiance, but in Chinese, it is translated as 弹性, collagen. So maybe it helps in both. Now, harmony, you see all the pigmentation, the dot on this thing. So this is for pigmentation, pure impurity. This is, you see the uneven surface and all that is for acne, pimples. There's impurity. So if there's scar, then you can use scar. Now there is system and local again. So system means all the skin throughout your whole body. Local means at a specific spot, whether it's just localized, focus on the face, then you use the local. If the scar is on a certain area, you want to focus at that area, then you use scar local. Now, if you scan resonance analysis and you get skin, and from my interaction with people, this is what I have found out, that some people, when I scan the skin, they said, no, I don't have any skin issues. Okay, nothing. They said totally nothing. Surgery also, never before, no surgery. Then blood pressure, okay, everything was normal. So then I realized that when skin appears, it could be, the skin on the sole of the feet. Sometimes you get the breaks in the skin. Now, sometimes you may have hardened skin, corn. In English, we call it corn, C-O-R-N, or callus, C-A-L-L-U-S, corn or callus, hardened skins along the knuckles, along your toe, at the side of the toe and things like that. Now, all this kind of hardened skin and all that. So it would be referring to that skin. Now, the other skin is not this external skin, but this skin actually turned inwards. You have the inner lining of the skin lining the entire gastrointestinal tract, and you have the skin go into the nose and lining the entire respiratory tract. So if you have polyps, either nasal polyps, sinus issues, okay, or you have intestinal polyps, this kind of growth, okay, it can also appear as skin issues. Okay, it could be an ulcer, all that, so it can appear as skin. Now, sleep. Here, I get feedback. What do you mean by non-REM? REM, never heard of this before. Okay, so here it goes. I'll explain a little bit what kind of sleep is talking about. Because there are so many sleep programs. Some people say they have sleep issue, but they use all the sleep 4 programs in sleep program. It never helped them in their sleep at all. So if your sleep issue is not related to this, it could be related to lacking melatonin. Then you have to use pineal gland. If your sleep is disturbed by geopathy, you have to go to geopathy, use geopathy, or use the sleep over there. Okay, so if yours is related to emotional, you have to work on the emotional aspect, and then it will help in your sleep. So that's why there are so many different sleep programs, each one covering different aspects of our body. Okay, so this is to help us understand a little bit about sleep. Sleep is also necessary for healing. Now, sleep is divided into different stages as we fall asleep. From the time we are awake, there's alert, then slowly you feel a bit drowsy. This is when you feel sleepy, and then you go and lie down. And when you sleep, it goes from light sleep to deep sleep, and then to REM. REM is rapid eye movement. Okay. Now, from the second stage, stage 2 to 4, we call it non-REM sleep, because this is not coinciding with the rapid eye movement. Now, when the rapid eye movement appear, this is very deep sleep, and it is going into the stage of dreams. Dreams starts to appear. Now, dreams is actually healing in nature, all right? So it's quite healing. So you can see here that at different stages of sleep, our brain is operating at different frequencies, right? From higher frequencies to low frequencies. And these frequencies are healing in nature. Theta, delta, and dreams, okay, are operating at frequencies that heal us at a deeper level. Okay, so I put down here some of the health benefits. Yeah. Now, why is REM sleep important? So this is the sleep cycle to show you that we can have multiple dream stages during a typical 8-hour sleep. Okay, so you can have one part where you fight with dragons, with dinosaurs and everything. Okay, then after that, you went into a nice garden, then you talk to someone, has a nice conversation, and then after that you wake up and then you go into another dream. So you can have multiple dreams. Now, sometimes in dreams, people meet their loved ones who have passed away. Then they were having some conversation, and they were dealing with some of the issues that is facing them, the chapters that are not closed. So that's where in the dreams they talk to that person concerned, and then they resolve their issues. So these are out of the body experience when you sleep. So you can actually travel different energetic realms, okay, during the sleep, and how you can get healing from there. Now, besides healing, you can also solve problems that you're facing. You want a solution, okay? If you are inventor, scientist, they have been getting ideas, solutions, and from all this by tapping on the different frequencies and the different stages of the sleep. Okay, so by using Healy, when you run frequencies for your brain and all that, we are giving you this kind of frequencies without you going into the sleep stage. Okay, so it helps you in your performance. Yeah, when you're studying, when you're thinking, when you're working. Okay, like Healy, there is a creativity one. So we give you certain frequencies to let your mind operate without you going to sleep. Yeah, so that's how it will help you. So the sleep program here will help you to restore yourself back to all these stages of sleep in the cycle. Soul cycle. Okay, yeah. So follow this whole thing here. All these 12 programs, 3 days, once a day, and then feel how your experience, and then see which one you need, and then you use that more regularly. Yeah, so you can just read this. Okay, so far I haven't finished using this, but I've tried acceptance and serenity, and I like it. So if there are certain issues, okay, at work, at home, that you cannot accept, when you run the acceptance, I became less critical. Okay, I allow people to be who they are, don't complain, and then you know, just let people be who they are. Serenity is nobody can provoke you. You know, people can poke you. You're like, okay. Yeah, you're just calm and nice. Yeah. Last one, well-being. Not everybody has this. You have to either purchase. So this is the same body, mind, spirit coming as one, which you can actually use the coherence program under bioenergetic support for this one. Okay, so the rest of this, you can go and read all these frequently asked questions here for any of your health issues. This is correct as of now because the engineers are constantly updating and changing. So this is correct at the time of print. You can also communicate to us through the chats so that we can help you there. All right, so these are all reference to help you. Yeah. So if you are not supported in any WhatsApp group, please talk to your leader and then join a WhatsApp group. If you want more experience, testimonial sharing, you can join the Frequency Experience in Facebook. Then there is a YouTube channel, Use Healy. That's where we post the recordings of our video. Now the company has Healy Academy. They are in the process of updating with all the videos, webinars where you can go and listen, take the test, yeah, and upgrade your information. So I thank you so much for your commitment to study this and learn how to use this properly to benefit everyone around you. Okay, so it is my hope that we all grow and raise our energy, our consciousness to enjoy better health, better relationship, and a better future.